hasn't been much of an Atlantic tropical season with only 9 named storms and 3 hurricanes. As for impact on the U.S., when the story of this season is written, it'll likely be headlined by what happened last week with a remarkable storm named Ida. First of all, that there even was an Ida was a bit surprising. You see, we're in an El Nino right now with water temperatures in the tropical Pacific Ocean well above average, indicated by the orange and red colors here. Now, usually when that happens, high-altitude winds really speed up as they blow from the Pacific across Central America into the Caribbean, and that makes it hard for tropical systems to develop there. In fact, Ida was just the second hurricane since 1950 to form in the Western Caribbean in November during an El Nino. Now, Ida was named on November 4th and intensified into a minimal hurricane before making landfall in Nicaragua the next day. Rather than falling apart over land, the circulation persisted, and when it moved back over water, it became a tropical storm again, and then a Category 2 hurricane as it headed into the southern Gulf of Mexico. Fortunately, Ida weakened before the center moved inland along the Gulf Coast last Tuesday, but it was the first time in 11 years that a tropical storm made landfall in the United States during November. Anywhere from 2 to as much as 6 to 10 inches of rain fell as it moved through the southeast, the yellows, oranges, and reds here. So a healthy dose. But it was the next stage in this storm that will make it memorable. Its transformation into a long-lasting nor'easter off the mid-Atlantic coast. A sprawling high-pressure ridge over New England and southeastern Canada blocked its progress north and increased the pressure gradient, strengthening those northeast winds. The circulation around a second storm farther out to sea helped create a very long fetch for those winds over the ocean, and the whole setup barely moved. The result was an immense onshore flow of gale-force winds from coastal South Jersey to northeastern North Carolina for about 2 days through multiple high tide cycles. Winds gusted to hurricane force in Norfolk and Virginia Beach last Thursday. There was massive beach erosion, especially in southeastern Virginia, where coastal flooding was severe and power outages widespread. Water levels at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel were the highest in more than 3 decades of measurements. In Hampton Roads, the water level was the 5th highest on record going back about 100 years. The wave heights during the event weren't extraordinary. The highest I found was 26 feet at a buoy just east of the Delaware coast. But that was a record for that buoy, which has been in place for 25 years. Now, most of Pennsylvania was on the northwest fringes of this storm, with highest rainfall amounts about an inch near the Mason-Dixon line in the extreme southeast. But for coastal areas from Long Island to Cape Hatteras, this storm, dubbed Nor-Ida by some meteorologists, will be the lasting memory of this hurricane season. Fred is back with the extended forecast next.